So none of this is actually concrete, factual information from what I can see. And there's no quote from the person who was injured, who was actually the only person that was there at the time of the explosion. So I think there's probably going to be, hopefully, another follow-up to this story to get the full benefit of the investigation, the full facts. But I guess that is one of the dangers associated with wastewater, things like this. So hopefully he'll be okay, and that'll work out for the best. Okay, this is another story. This is coming from the Wednesday, December 29th, Des Moines Register. Still on Public Works, and this is in Latimer, Iowa. State salvage yard violates regulations. A Latimer salvage yard has violated environmental regulations according to a lawsuit by the state. The lawsuit claims that Jerry Passel, owner of the junkyard, failed to properly remove fluids from vehicles entering the yard, failed to properly store batteries, and failed to promptly clean up spills and notify officials about the spills. And so we did discuss issues with recycling, which this kind of falls under the salvage yard, and the fact that there is environmental hazard associated with improper and unprofessional storage. And so this is what happens. When that happens, the state will step in. And so we do have to protect our communities from episodes like that. Which is a good thing that the state did step in to make sure that the community was safe. All right, so this is another Public Works type of article. This is from Des Moines Register, and this is the January 5th Register. 4 Mile Creek residents welcome watershed study. Some property owners along 4 Mile Creek welcome plans for a major study of the waterway's drainage basin and say any improvements generated by the review can't be built soon enough. 4 Mile Creek runs through Polk County as it meanders south from Slater to the east side of Ankeny through Delaware Township and into Des Moines and Pleasant Hill before merging with the Des Moines River. Flooding has occurred along sections of the creek over the years, including this past summer. And so Larry Land is the Public Works Director for Polk County, and they're leading the study for the creek's watershed. He said the County Board of Supervisors could start on the project as soon as this month, and the review could take 18 to 24 months. And so things that they're looking at are additional green spaces and wetlands and detention ponds, and then other environmental features to better regulate heavy rains. And we covered a lot of features about regulating heavy rains and stormwater management in 2 episodes. The first episode was episode episode 9, I believe. And then Bill Stowe from the Public Works Department finished up with the part 2 version of that too. The cities of Ankeny, Des Moines, and Pleasant Hill are also participating in the study, which is estimated to cost $600,000. Federal money is expected to cover half of the cost, with the county and city splitting the rest. And so Bill Stowe did weigh in on this article. Let's see, it says under the heading, Cooperation Required. Des Moines Public Works Director Bill Stowe said the project will require cooperation by officials throughout the watershed. To me, building more levees probably will not provide the level of protection that better land use, better stormwater management, and better techniques to reduce runoff into the stream will. Okay, so the city of Des Moines has also made their contribution to work to solve that through property acquisitions and improvements that include sewer upgrades and detention basins and earthen embankments. The city built a number of earthen embankments after 1993 flood to help contain the creek near Easton Boulevard and Hubble Avenue. And so Bill continues, I think we'll have every reason to continue doing that in terms of spending additional money for solving that issue. Quote, in my view, it's the best land stewardship. Those selective purchases just make a lot of sense in the long term, like the trailer courts, which will be parkland. All right, so that's how that's shaping up in terms of flood control and stormwater runoff, which is a very important issue in Iowa. The next issue is about Urbandale, and I am going to show this on the yellow camera. Urbandale okays a plan to spend $190.6 million. The Urbandale City Council last week approved the city's 2011 through 2016 capital improvements program, paving the way for city staff members to act on numerous improvements that have been earmarked to take place over the next 5 years. And so, although some city council members expressed concerns about parts of the plan, they did approve that unanimously. And it basically covers expenditures like public art, buildings, major equipment, technology, parks, bridges, sidewalks, storm sewers, streets, street lighting, traffic signals, and water. So infrastructure, and then also buildings and beautification efforts too. So we'll see what Urbandale comes up with. All right, so this next article is back in Des Moines. It's about the Mondamon Presidential Neighborhood, and I'll show it on the camera right here. Mondamon Presidential Neighborhood shows their pride with cleanup days and variety of events. Okay. All right, so it's amazing what a fresh coat of paint and some landscaping breaks can do to increase the pride residents feel in their neighborhood and their property. There is a community garden and various flower gardens throughout the neighborhood. They've given the Cassidy school grounds a facelift by pruning some trees and shrubs and then spreading mulch and planting flowers. According to the article, crime is down and the number of citations written to property owners regarding junk and debris are down. And so youth employment, pride, perception, and safety, the Cassidy School and housing are 5 of the teams that meet monthly to take care of those issues. It does go on to address something that we've spoken about in several episodes, snow removal. Most recently, Mondamon Presidential has been added as a priority plowing area for the Des Moines Public Works Department. As with other neighborhoods new to the program this year, there are adjustments that must be made on the days when the ordinance is in effect. Moving our vehicles off the street until the plowing is finished benefits us all and makes it easier for the Public Works crew to do their jobs more efficiently. And this is submitted by Valerie Allen. She's the president of the Mondamon Presidential Neighborhood Association. And so my guess is that this article is a direct follow-up from a recommendation at the previous city council meeting that the neighborhood organizations contact their residents and make sure that they understand the reason for activities needed prior to snow removal on their streets. And so this is pretty thorough and addresses a lot of issues and shows that Mondamon Presidential Neighborhood is stepping up to the plate, and so that's great to know. Okay, and then the final thing on issue on Public Works concerns our water, which actually might follow under a different category, but for now we'll call it Public Works. And this is from the Des Moines Register, and this is from the January 8th, which is today's Des Moines Register. I'll put that on the board and see if you can see it. Government will suggest less fluoride in the water, which has been somewhat of a contentious issue. Some people feel that there should not be any fluoride, and then some are saying there's too much. And in here, they're going to suggest less. Fluoride in drinking water credited with dramatically cutting cavities and tooth decay may now be too much of a good thing. Getting too much of it causes spots on some kids' teeth. A reported increase in spotting problem is one reason the federal government said Friday it plans to lower the recommended levels for fluoride in water supplies, the first such change in nearly 50 years. And so here in Des Moines, our Waterworks department will adjust. They plan to adjust its dosage of fluoride starting next Monday, to 0.7 parts per million from 1 part in finished water at both the Flora Drive and the Maffett Reservoir treatment plants. Natural levels of fluoride in the metro area source water range from 0.2 to 0.5 parts per million. So that's taking care of that, and good luck with our teeth.